welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. My name is Rev Rich, and as always, I am grateful for you to be here. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe, like, share the video if you know someone who could use this information, as well as hit that bell so you know when we drop another video on this channel. So with that being said, we're going to continue, and actually we're going to bring our book study to a close. So I truly hope that you have purchased the book, and you have the book and highlighted it and made notes in it for yourself to begin this journey. But we're actually bringing it to a close. So our chapter today pretty much is intentional living. What can you do with these lessons? And it's basically a summary of everything we've learned. So if you were here for the whole journey, you know we opened up with awareness. We used meditation. We used journaling with some prompts to get to know where we were in our life and what is it we're looking to do. We then moved into our chapter on the comfort zone, where we learned about what our comfort zone is, what it comprises of, and how different things, including our thoughts, the people around us, the networks we have, all play a part in that comfort zone. And I also added my 2 cents to that, which is also remember that as you begin to move out of that comfort zone, don't get comfortable again, because all you're doing is creating a new comfort zone. Your job is to continue to grow. Because if you're growing, you have the opportunity not only to make yourself be the best that you are, but you give others permission to do exactly the same. And then finally, we talked about intentional living with a couple of steps through that. So, like I said, I really hope you took notes during this time, because we're going to kind of sum it up now. So some of the action items below are create a morning routine. So to do that, we talked about being the first thing. Should not be your phone, should not be social media, should not be your email. Because basically when you do that, when you get up and the first thing you do is pick up your phone, you're setting your intentions for the day, especially if an email comes through that or something comes through that changes your mood immediately. You tend to carry that mood through the day. Whereas if you go through your daily routine first, you've prepared yourself in a positive manner to receive whatever comes. So some of the things he talked about is first, set barriers and boundaries. And this is what we're talking about. You know, you want to let the people around you know, hey, this is my hour of power, or whatever you want to call it. And during that time, you're not to be disturbed. Then you want to, again, turn off your phone or put it somewhere. Mel Robbins actually says she puts her phone in her bathroom, so that when she gets up, it's nowhere in reach and she can't get to it until she actually goes to the bathroom. Or maybe she puts it in another office, just somewhere that's out of reach until you've gone through your morning routine. And then incorporate one ritual-like action into your morning routine, such as brewing coffee, making tea, or meditation. So you want to choose one of those things. And again, when we talk about making coffee or making tea, it's the mindful act of making coffee. So again, I have a Keurig machine, so I pop a Keurig thing in and the coffee's done. You can still be mindful in that. If you want something a little bit more, you can get a pour over where you would heat up the water, gently put in the grinds into the pour over slowly, allowing it to drip. So it becomes a whole ceremony. And anyone who's into the Japanese culture knows about the tea ceremonies. So those are just extensive mindful acts, but just that mindful act of I'm going to make myself a cup of coffee, I'm going to make myself a cup of tea, or just meditate in the moment. Each one of those things allows you to start the day in a great way. Then you can add to it. Start your meditation. You know, maybe then after meditation, which is a good idea, is to do your, to do your journaling. You know, somebody also included at night, you may want to start a ritual and journal at night to allow everything from the day to be dumped into the journal, so that when you go to bed, you don't have to do or think about all those things from the day. And I've been there. I definitely know what that's like. I did a meditation on Meditation Monday, this past Monday, again, the return of Meditation Monday, where not only did I build on the gratitude of the Sunday lesson, but I also added a part to allow you to go to sleep and quiet the mind. So check that out if you have a chance, and it may help you if you have challenges at night sleeping, but you could add that as a nighttime routine as well. 2 is practice positive thinking. So start the day with positive affirmations. It could be as simple as just looking in the mirror and saying, I am wonderful, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am determined. Any of those things, just you want to put positive affirmations, and doing it once a day, one day, and then that's it, doesn't work. This is definitely something that you want to put into your morning routine, to do it over and over. And again, if you're like me and you're busy, you can put on, a track. There are lots of YouTube tracks out there. I know that Fearless Motivation has an I Am song with all the positive reinforcements with that music that kind of gets you up and jumping. So you may want to use that. Find gratitude in every situation. Again, we talked about that. Our meditation this past Monday is about gratitude. We've been talking about being open to receive in our Sunday lessons if you haven't checked those out. But in the daytime, find gratitude in everything. All right? Turn failures into lessons. This is something I always tell you, is failing forward. When something happens that you feel didn't happen right, or it's not perfect, or you just feel out of sorts with it, just remember to find the lesson. What did I learn from this point? Okay. Focus on positive self-talk. Anyone, like I said, myself included, I have so much going on that sometimes it triggers something in me and I become frustrated. So I need to remind myself that it's okay. It's okay to even feel frustrated, but it's not okay to sit there and start to demean myself because of it. So remember to watch your self-talk. Surround yourself with positive individuals. I had a conversation with someone today that it's important that when you share information about yourself, you're sharing it with people who are going to empower you and not pull you down. And it's the same thing with every other walk of life. You want people that are going to speak life into you and give you a chance to speak life into theirs, because anything else will just continue to help you fall back to where you were rather than to be the best you can be. And let go of perfection. This goes back to the failure. Knowing, shoot for the best that you can. But just know that if not every detail is perfect, we're not going to put ourselves down. We fail forward. Like I said, I used to have a mantra that I used to live by that says, shoot for perfection, fail on excellence. And it works to a degree, except that even though I may not have hit my level of perfection, most people would encourage me or say, hey, that was great, whatever, which reminded me I failed on perfection. But then part of me still wanted to beat myself up because I didn't reach what I thought was perfection, which sometimes is truly out of reach. So let go of perfection and do the best you can. Now, doing the best you can, and I'm just going to throw this out there, is not just doing whatever. Doing the best you can is putting your full effort behind it until you realize that you can't do anything more. And then you be still and let it happen. And if it doesn't look the way you thought it was, that's great. If it still serves someone, that's even better. But we don't want to sit in a pool of self-pity because we did not hit that level of perfection. Our third area is build valuable and powerful relationships. This goes on with what we talked about earlier, people that breathe life into you, people that are smarter than you, that are going to help you build yourself up, people who cheer you on. They may not be at your level, but at least they're like, hey, we see what you're doing, keep going, because one thing I learned in leadership training is the only way I can remain the leader to the people that are looking to me is by bettering myself so that they can catch up to where I'm at and I'm keep moving. They have permission to keep doing the same. And the beautiful part of that is the same thing's happening to them, because if they're shining their light for others to see, they're building a beautiful community. So start it with yourself. Make sure that you're building relationships, surrounding yourself with people who are building you up and not tearing you down. 5 is form habits that support your goals. So again, Just setting a goal, setting a date, SMART goals as they call it, doesn't mean anything unless you're 100% behind it and doing the work. That four-letter word that most people hate, and that's work. But if you're doing the work, you set the goals, you do the work, then you know that you're going out there to achieve. And you may have to course correct here and there, and that's okay. But many of us set goals and we're like, yes, we're going to do this. We're going to lose weight. We're going to do this. We're going to exercise every day. We're going to do whatever. And then we decide to stop doing the work. And then we wonder why the goals aren't working. Well, the goals did what they had to do. They let you know where to go. They're the map. They're the pinpoint. But you got to get there. We want you to dream big, really big. I talked about that in the book, The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. He talks about the glass ceiling, that we tend to set a glass ceiling where we believe we can go. The problem is that if that glass ceiling is set lower than our true potentiality, that's usually what we hit. So we want you to dream big and dream really big and think about that. And I said this before, I used to have a challenge in we have people that I used to know who were millionaires. They had the big houses, the big fancy cars and whatever. And they would tell you, you know what, go out and get the Robb Report. And if you've never seen a Robb Report, go to Barnes & Nobles or any magazine store that may carry it and just quickly look through it and you'll see what I'm talking about. Well, to some people, that becomes unbelievable. But to others, the true meaning is that when I dream, I know I can hit those things if I wanted them. But part of me doesn't want them. So I want you to dream as big as you can. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do it, because they shouldn't be based on your last statement, and they shouldn't be in your circle anyway. Dream big, dream often. Get a journal, write them down. What is it you're trying to achieve? I have a lot on my plate. Sometimes it becomes stressful, but it's because I'm dreaming big. I see where I can go with it, mainly in the areas where I can serve others. With that being said, I truly hope you enjoyed this book. I hope that this book, or at least these videos for the book if you haven't gotten the book, is a quick nudge to get you to move and do something with your life. We all start somewhere, and if we come from a place of negativity where people have told us we're not going to amount to anything, whether it's our looks, our vocation, doesn't matter. There are people my age right now who are in college. I just got my bachelor's degree in metaphysical science because it was what I wanted to do. Because I know I can bless the people that I talk to with that metaphysical lessons. So it's never too late. So today, if you haven't done it, go ahead and order the book again. I'm not getting anything out of it. He is actually working on the audiobook. So if you haven't bought the book because you really don't want to hold on to a book, that's okay. The audiobook should be out soon. I just saw a TikTok of him recording it. So that should be out soon. And I'm a fan of audiobooks. Don't get me wrong. I'm about to start Atomic Habits. And I bought it on audiobook rather than book. But do something. Make a decision. Take the first step. Follow the steps on this. If you've missed any of these things or don't know because you just joined today what I'm talking about, go back to the other Wisdom Wednesdays and follow along. But I will implore you one more time, get the book, whether it's on Kindle. I'm pretty sure there's a Nook version. If not, get the paperback, highlight, put notes in the corner, get a journal. When you get to each chapter that says, hey, this is what you should do, write down in the journal what your goals are. Create the habits around those goals. Do the work. And I need you to be the best you for me, because I know I need to be the best me for you. So as always, I'm grateful for you being here. Next Wisdom Wednesday, I'll let you know where we're headed, whether we're going to do a lesson or we're going to go into a new book. I've read a wonderful book called The Mountain Is You, all about self-sabotage. And you guys know what I'm talking about. So with that, love you, nothing you can do about it, and I will see you on the next episode.